It's the Prince. I'm back. Us the Prince. Soldier C, I'm back with another one, y'all. Mash up these lights. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Most of all, you hit that notification button so you be in the crosshairs every time I drop one of these videos, because you don't know when I'm coming. You know, I sit back sometime and relax on these chumps. You feel me? When I say chumps, I mean the people who all against the rise of African people worldwide. When I say chumps, I mean the people who are in opposition to the rise of black people world motherfucking wide. And you got a lot of motherfuckers that's against black people. It's very detrimental when you got your own kind against the rise of your people. When you got your own kind in position, you know, to only work for the ruling class. You feel me? When you got your own kind in position. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, y'all, we're going to go right off into this particular subject that I want to speak about. I want to speak about the mainstream media and the disappearance of black women in Kansas City, Missouri. The disappearance of black women in Kansas City, Missouri, and the police department. And the police department in Kansas City, Missouri has failed to acknowledge the missing black women. And when the black woman who recently escaped from a serial killer has brought Kansas City police up under the light, has brought them a lot of criticism from the community. But that's worldwide, because you know and understand what I'm going through as I try to explain to my people, the black people of the earth, that it's a mandate to exclude us from the so-called democracy. In every sector of the world, they can make money off your talent, off your brain. But if your brain somehow compute to speak out against the enslavement of our people, then you're going to be canceled, especially if you hold positions and you getting paid and your contracts and your money is involved with these people. You feel what I'm saying? Blacks have a place as they believe. And anytime you get out of that box and out that place, it's time to punish you by any means. That's the rich Negro who's in the entertainment business, the rich black people that's in the entertainment business. And I say Negro and black people because Negroes are coons. Negroes are coons who know what's going on in the world, but they're going to conceal it as long as they get that paycheck. But black people who start to speak out, who's getting that paycheck from them people, going to be canceled. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it's much more deeper than your money. It's much more deeper than your money. You feel what I'm saying? Let's talk about the Kansas City Police Department and its mishandling of black women. And see, black women got to understand, you are the foundation to the black nation. No nation rises higher than the black woman. This is quoted from someone who lived before me, somebody who's responsible for building a nation inside of a wicked nation. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, no nation rises high as is black woman. No black nation rises high as is black woman. This is why in the last days, Honorable Elijah Muhammad also said, I pay attention. And then I match up what's going on today. This is how Honorable Elijah Muhammad was relevant. I know a lot of people don't prescribe to Islam. I do not prescribe to Islam. But the knowledge that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had was was extraordinary because the things that he spoke about, how now came to pass. He said in the last days, the attack on the black man will come through the black woman. Whoa, the attack on the black man in the last days will be through the black woman. The last attack, the last attack from the white ruling class, the white people who have the money, who understand science, who understand genetics. The last attack will be through that black woman. All these black women who say, oh, I want to divest and date outside my race because the Europeans have manipulated the TV, social media, rap, hip hop, rap, hip hop, R&B, rock and roll through the media, through entertainers. You feel what I'm saying? Through educational systems now, who's doing away with critical race theory. In school, you cannot teach anything about what really happened in this country as it relates to slavery. You can't speak on it. The Republicans and having their way, and they're gonna get in office. And you know who they gonna blame? They're gonna blame it on the black male. And if the black woman gonna fall for every trick of the devil, that's why she date outside her race. She thinks she's smart. The black woman thinks she's smart. The original black woman that came with this planet in the ancient times were more smarter than the modern women of today. The ancient black man of ancient times is way smarter than the modern black people of today. This is why the Egyptians, the African Kemetic, you call the Egyptians. I'm going to call them Egyptians because that's what you know that civilization by, but that was inhabited by African people. You feel what I'm saying? The Egyptians knew that this Caucasoid, Neanderthal, was going to come up on the planet and presume themselves or put themselves in position as being the God of the universe and earth. This is why the monuments of African people were left as a reminder who built civilizations around the world. This is why you have the pyramids. This is why you have the Olmec African heads in Mexico. They try to say that these Olmec heads are Indians or Mexican, but you can look at the Olmec heads of Mexico and know that they is African. I don't mean to get off subject, y'all, but this is a worldwide campaign to kill black people. And through the black woman, they know that the majority of us on the planet, is a dominant force, and we don't know it because of our genetics that's capable of wiping out white people. And this is why the scientists that's in charge, the scientists are smart, intellectual white people who know about their genes being the recessive gene on the planet. They know about it. You don't know about it. Black people, you don't know about it. You don't know anything. All you do is go off what they say. And it's not your fault because you were brainwashed. I was brainwashed. We was all brainwashed. But ignorance, brothers and sisters, ignorance is a bliss. In order to know what's 2 plus 2, you had to go through an ignorance at one time in your life. You didn't know what 2 plus 2 was until you start studying mathematics. So we all come into the world not smart, but we learn because our mind as babies, as youngsters, our minds are sponges soaking up knowledge. So just imagine, black people, if you take the real knowledge, not his story, but go study your ancient history and give it to your black little boys and girls. You will have a different type of people up on our planet. But you don't do that. You fear teaching your black kids and your black family about who you really are. You see that as a racist move. You see that as racist, a racist move or racist action or racist reaction to the oppression that we feel every day. But black woman, back to Kansas City, Missouri. There are black women that were coming up missing in Kansas City, Missouri. And uh, the police were told that it may be a serial killer loose because so many black women were coming up missing in Kansas City. Listen, this is recently. This is no old, outdated. This happened in 2022. I told y'all that it's a campaign to kill us. And I told the black woman why they using you as a tool against us, black people. You're very low disrespected when it comes to the kidnapping of you, baby girl. When it comes to kidnapping of the pretty black women of the planet, our queen, our God, who's responsible for bringing in mass petitions, who's responsible for bringing in scientists, who's responsible of bringing in black lawyers, who's responsible for making Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Through that womb comes great men and women. You know what I'm saying? Through that womb came Nelson Mandela's wife, Winnie Mandela. You feel what I'm saying? Francis Caress Welsing, Francis Caress Welsing came from a black womb who gave us the ISIS papers, who showed us about genetic survival. She came from this black woman. Black woman is very valuable. Very valuable. You feel what I'm saying? How you think Michelle Obama became first lady? Through a black woman. You feel what I'm saying? From black woman come sages. From a black woman come all. You feel what I'm saying? So the European understands that. So when this black women became missing in Kansas City, Missouri, the Kansas City police told the community, the black community, they find none of this concrete evidence that there was a serial killer loose in Kansas City. You feel what I'm saying? But from the Kansas City Star, dated Tuesday, November 8, 2020. Let me read from there. The reported kidnapping and rape of a black woman who escaped her alleged abductor. The reported kidnapping and rape of a woman who escaped her alleged abductor early this month has left young black women in Kansas City worried about their safety, and the community members have questioned whether the Kansas City police adequately investigated the claims of other women going missing or murdered. The police have dismissed those claims, saying no human bodies have been found and no reports of missing women have been found recently. From here, the situation could go on in one or two directions. Either the police, the community revert to old habits or going to their respective corners, feeling misunderstood and unappreciated, or both sides could try a different task. A crisis like this could become an opportunity for Kansas City Police Department and the community to restore some trust between the two. Police could speak directly to the community about their specific steps have about what specific steps have been taken to investigate the claims of missing women. A crisis like this could become an opportunity for Kansas City Police Department and the community to restore some trust between the two. Police could speak directly to the community and what the specific steps have been taken to investigate the claims of young black women missing. Open up a discussion. The challenge of such a case could show the community that the Kansas City Police Department is listening to the wants to protect them and calm fears. Listen to the wants to protect them and calm fears. Police cannot do their job without cooperation of the community members. Similarity, the cooperation depends on whether residents believe police actions reflect the community values and principles, procedures, and justice and legitimacy. When the community members first began spreading the word about missing black women after a video claimed without any proof a serial killer was loose in Kansas City. This particular situation with missing black women in Kansas City, Missouri, it starts circulating on social media. And the police dismissed it as rumors that was unfounded. But days later, y'all, check this out. A black woman escaped from a Excelsior Spring house where she said her kidnapper raped and abused her for weeks. Her kidnapper abused her for weeks. Timothy Hassett Jr. is his name, who lived in a house, has been arrested and charged with kidnapping and rape. His arrest to the community fed assumptions that police don't care enough when black women go missing. This is what I've been trying to tell the black woman of this country. This is what I've been trying to tell black women around the world. I did a video on Saudi Arabia where they rape and kill black women, African women in Saudi Arabia. Do you know how many views that I got? Like 39 views, because nobody cares about the plight of black women. Microphone failed, y'all. Nobody cares about the plight of black women. So with that being said, you know, I don't know why we as a people put our full trust in the media, because the media could stop a lot of this stuff from continuing to happen. All the mainstream media got to do when black women come up missing, put it on TV worldwide. We can stop some of the murders, you know, and our women being forced, you know, into slavery as a sex slave. All you got to do, you know, is put it on television. You know, put it in the media, make it a worldwide topic, like the Kyrie Irving and Kanye West situation. When black women come up missing, put it on that level so everybody can talk about the situation about black women coming up missing. You know what I'm saying?
I am a little upset right now. The reason I'm upset is because We got 4 young ladies that have been murdered within the last week.
Chilling concerns from Bishop Tony Caldwell in Kansas City. A Kansas City Police Department spokesperson initially said there was, quote, no basis to support this rumor last month. But it turns out that wasn't the case at all. A black woman was able to escape a hellish prison. Timothy Haslett Jr. has been arrested for holding her captive as a prisoner in his home for weeks. She was found wearing nothing but latex underwear. She also had a metal collar with duct tape and a padlock around her neck. The 22-year-old victim told police he killed her 2 friends as well, but that hasn't been confirmed as of yet. But she also said Haslett repeatedly whipped and raped her for weeks in his home. He is being described as a known white supremacist. As disturbing as it is, it's also frustrating. How could a police department be so dismissive about such serious allegations involving a black woman? My guests here on The Factor Uncensored to talk about it, Eugene Howard, Ashton Woods, and Dr. Ruth Olison. So you guys have had a chance to look at this coverage in Kansas City. What were your thoughts when you saw what you saw about this coverage?
Well, first of all, of course, it's sickening. It's sickening that this could happen to a human being. This being a sex slave for this amount of time with this guy who has a reputation. People use the word supremacist with him. I would say he is despicable racist. I don't put those 2 words together. Mm-hmm. And it's sickening. It's appalling that this is where we are at this time. And it's an example of not taking seriously the value of a black life.
And Ashton, what we know, there was a newspaper there were activists there all saying, this is going on in our community. And whenever news organizations went to the police department, the Kansas City Police Department, they said nothing was happening.
So that speaks to institutional and structural racism, and I concur with Mama here. First of all, it's not supremacy, it's fascism, and it's racism, and it's sexism. We are good enough to be your sex toy. We're good enough to entertain you, but we're not good enough because we're black. It's 2022. And people need to understand that human trafficking has been going on in this country, especially right here in Houston, for a long time. It's not just someone pimping someone out on the street. We're talking about indentured servitude, right? And the only federal law that's been on the books, and I studied this in college during my sociology program, The Slave Next Door by Rod Sedaltar. There were instances in Texas where you saw a kid tied to a pole in the middle of a backyard until a neighbor saw. These people get brought in from different countries and they get kidnapped within the domestic realm. And what happens is because we're not part of the power structure, we are unheard. We are othered. We'll continue to be othered because of the structural racism that underlies it. So until we dismantle the foundations of this racism within the police departments, within our city governments, because it's not just the Kansas City Police Department, we gotta hold the city of Kansas accountable. We gotta hold the county accountable, and we gotta hold the state accountable because stuff rolls down the hill. I can't say the other word, but stuff rolls down the hill.
And Eugene, when you hear the paper kept ringing the bell saying, this is going on, you had activists, you had preachers saying, this is going on, black women are disappearing from our community. And they did absolutely nothing except to say it was not happening.
Well, I like to start by saying Malcolm X said this a little over 60 years ago, that the black woman is the least protected entity in America. And unfortunately, I'm saying that 60 some odd years later. This police department is despicable. Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, you have a sorry ass police department. For these people to be saying that this is a white supremacist or a white / thinking supremacist targeting black women because he believes that the race war is going on right now. These are the same people that hang along in the big lie crowd. It's the same people who want this civil war, who want the political violence to move forward. America needs to wake up and look in that monitor right there, look at your TV screen and see what the enemy of America looks like. And it's not because he's a white man, it's because he does not stand for the values of what they said this country is supposed to be on paper. And until the police department atones for its mistakes, until the community can feel that the police department is there to serve and protect and not ridicule and disbelieve, we can't move forward as a country. And I'm praying for those victims in Kansas City, Missouri, and for every elected official, for every city, state, federal official. Shame on you for not doing anything.
This world don't give a fuck about the plight of black women. This world really despises black women because from her womb, you know what I'm saying, black babies come. This is why she being tricked she being tricked and used as a tool against the black nation. You feel what I'm saying? But Kansas City police displayed what I've been trying to tell us for years since I came to this channel. You feel what I'm saying? It's been proven time and time again, even through history. If you check back in history, you will find that the ruling class has also used the black woman as a tool, sexually, politically, socially, economically, physically. She been used spiritually against her own people. They use you, black woman. You ain't nothing but a tool. If you in the skin that I'm in, you're nothing but a tool for white people. Flat out. That's just your status. That's where it is. Black people need to wake up. They just showed you with the recent Kyrie situation where they trying to emasculate this brother. Before this brother can shoot hoops again, this is his job. He got to go through all these procedures. He got to go through these procedures to emasculate him, to show him that we still own you. We use your talent, we use your brain, we pimp you, stay in your lane. Even though Kyrie Irving never said anything anti-Semitic, he shared a link of a book. He shared a link of a book, and they got him out on the cross, persecuting this brother. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't even understand the people who make money from the book. Kyrie Irving ain't made a dime for the book, but Amazon. What's dude's name? Jeff Bezos or Bezos, whatever his name is, who own Amazon. Ain't nobody going at him. Ain't nobody going at him. So I'm just trying to tell the world that they don't care nothing about black people. When it comes to this black woman, they really fear her because from her womb come more black babies. More black babies is the disappearing of white people. More black babies to the planet is the disappearance of the Caucasian race. This is why the black woman is not on the minds of white supremacy when it comes to protection. This is why the police departments know that there's a mandate in hierarchy levels of the police department that they must kill and dismantle so many black people per year. There's a mandate to keep the black population at a certain degree. You don't believe that these conspiracies exist. They must kill a certain amount of black people to keep white people relevant on the planet. They the minority on the planet. This is population control, just like they kill certain ants, certain insects, certain animals because it's too many on the planet. It's too many black people on the planet. Don't you know we outnumber white people 11-1 worldwide, not just in America and Europe, where they may outpopulate us, but anything outside of America and Europe, black people, we are the majority worldwide, 11-1. This is why they fear us, and this is why they fear the black woman. So when it's reported in Kansas City that black women coming up missing, a serial killer could be a loose in Kansas City, the police purposely ignored it. Wow, we don't have to kill that many because it's mandated for us to kill black people. So we let the serial killer do his thing until he's caught by someone in the community that points him out, and then we got to do our job. This is how I take this. Days later, a black woman escaped from a Excelsior Spring house where she said she had been kidnapped, raped, and abused for weeks. Timothy Haslett Jr., who lived in the house, has been arrested and charged with kidnapping and rape. His arrest to the community fed assumption that police don't care enough about black women going missing. We know tens of thousands of black girls and women disappear every year, and those cases often don't make headlines. This is what I mean by mainstream media. You always got black people who critique me, say he crazy, here he go, dogging out mainstream media. You feel what I'm saying? Why the fuck? Let me change my language on here. Why the hell that black women that are coming up missing in America is not making headlines like the Kyrie Irving situation, like the Donald Trump situation with the riot happening on Capitol Hill? Why is when black women come up missing in this country, don't have the same magnitude of goofy shit that hit the headlines? You feel what I'm saying? Kanye West's story is bigger than black women coming up missing in this country. Those untouchable people that run the music industry, who run the banks, who run everything in the world, who run YouTube, who run Instagram, those people who run everything, when they so-called feelings involved, then black women are going to be put to the back burner when they're actually being raped and killed by a serial killer in Kansas City. And you motherfuckers want to talk bad about Kyrie? Kyrie is on to something. All you Negroes who agree with the ruling class about the persecution of Kyrie, he is smarter than y'all. All the way around the board, y'all some of the dumbest Negroes in the world to galvanize with your fucking enemy to down one of ours. People who oppressed our people who participated in the slave trade, who run the judicial system, who run the police departments, who don't give a fuck about our black women being raped and killed in Kansas City, Missouri. I gotta speak on it. This going on in Kansas City. Interim police chief Joseph Maybin said that Kansas City Police Department is beefing up patrols in the neighborhoods where the community members have said abductions may have occurred, and that's a good first step. He also acknowledged the anger toward police. That's the bell, man. Somebody in front of my house. Where's my phone where I can look? Yeah, I gotta see who pulling up. That's somebody rolled past. Interim police chief Joseph Maybin said that Kansas City is beefing up its patrols in the neighborhood where community members have said abductions have occurred. That's a first step, good step. He also acknowledged the anger toward police. We hear you loud and clear, Maybin said. We feel anger. We understand why you would be upset. However, these rumors are not true. This is what they said. These rumors are not true. Why they saying these rumors are not true? There's a white man. Yeah, he was a white man. And know what he said to the police? That the reason why he killed and raped these black women, because we are at war. He whooped these black women like it was in the time of the slave trade. He put whips on their back. He killed the black woman. Her name is not being reported, but her two friends that got picked up along with her were killed by this white man. This police chief said anger doesn't solve crimes and police need to help from the community on this case. The police, they called you. The police, they called you to investigate. But when they reported it to you, you said these things are not true about a serial killer may be a loose. This is never made. ABC, NBC. Yeah, NBC is the one framed Bill Cosby because he was trying to buy NBC. But that's nevertheless, let's say, stay on subject. I just like to hit little pockets because I'm the one being targeted every time I say something about a situation. When I do my in-depth research, it come out to find out that the ruling class is at a particular person because of this and because of that. So they make up stories, and how these people lie and get away with murder. They are liars in the beginning. The Bible speak on these motherfucking particular people. It says it in the book of John. In the book of John, those who say they are not, it's in the book of John. Those who say they are not, it's in the book of John. And then they tell Jesus in the book, we had never been in bondage to no man. What you mean the truth may set you free? You feel what I'm saying? They so dumb. He tell them, you are the father. Your father, no, he said your father is the devil and you are the devil. You feel what I'm saying? So when you understand life and understand what's going on around you, brothers and sisters, you start to speak on certain things, you're going to have opposition from your people, man. You know, this is the only reason why they can hold us in the position that we're in, because we're not together as one united force. Too many Negroes chasing the bag and niggas don't want the power. All niggas got to do is come together. We the majority on the planet. I mean, mathematicians, you know what I'm saying, can tell you that the majority can be the ruling class. We outnumber people 11-1 on the planet. And the reason why they keep all this disarray and keep the opposition and, you know, keep the opposition between our people, because they know that if we come together, we will overcome racism. We will overcome racism overnight if we unite. But that's just a fantasy. Hey man, mash up the likes, share this video. Yeah, just know that there are black women being abducted every day, tortured, murdered by white people and black people. I'm not excluding some of the sickness that some of our people do. Just know that mainstream media don't put black women first. Mash up the like, share the video. I'm gone, man. Black power.